Wish we could go back to the days we weren't strangers. Wish we could go back home. You used to know that I couldn't phrase what I was saying. Thought you should know that. Oh, we could fix what's got us broken. We can heal ourselves return. Cause I'm caught out in the open and I'm falling back in line. Hold you close, tell you why. The darkest days will turn to light.
You were there for me, closer than I ever was. I tried to turn back time, but it messed me up. You see, time is just a quantity thing. No running from the hour or the second you're in. Forget the past. Everything we said and done. Shouldn't think of who we were or what we become. All those times are gone, cause when clouds are sick of raining, they'll make room for the sun.
Wish we could go back to the days we weren't strangers. Wish we could go back home. Take me home. Turn to light. Take me home. Turn to light. Wish we could go back to the days we weren't strangers. Wish we could go back home. You used to know that I couldn't phrase what I was saying. Thought you should know that. Oh,
When I came to you, a broken soul was all I was. Lost my faith in all that's good and pretty things like love. I mean, I'm just a simple guy, you see, running from my problems in this world of vanity. You know it. Two broken souls like one, dancing with the rising sun. You see, all those times are gone, so help me catch my breath, cause I've been running too long.
wish we could go back to the days we weren't strangers. Wish we could go back home. You used to know that I couldn't.
Yo, sorry for the abrupt transition. I was trying to get my shit together with this live stream here. I had to make a little adjustments to the tracks and yeah, I had to move some stuff out. Move some stuff out, move some new stuff in. And this time is more stream my mood. Hello, what's up, guys? Phantom, I want to let you know my favorite burrito place move locations. I know you can relate. Thankfully, I know the pain, honestly. If my favorite burrito place move locations, I would be pretty upset. So yeah, I feel for you. All right, so we're back in it. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome back to our live stream here. I'm your humble host, Phantom Freak, aka Moistmaster Flex. Hope you guys had a good weekend and a good Monday. Good start to your week. What did I do this weekend? I played a show on Friday. Made a bunch of video content on Saturday. And I worked on a bit of music as well. And then just spent time with the family yesterday. And then today I just had to work. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Here's our tunes. I added 2 new ones. Subquavero. Come and Play on Garage Shared. Crush. Free download on Garage Shared. Rebirth. Our spring compilation came out a couple weeks ago. Wind and Repeat with King Taker and Siren came out a couple weeks ago. On Garrett Shared, formerly known from Bacult, out now in Thick Freakness. Fresh Cut. And then Fresh Cut Freaks just came out this past Friday. Bunch of new artists to the label. I just released this free download yesterday. For whatever reason, they like to release free downloads on Sundays, but I'm not going to complain. That's up for free download. A little garage dub of Brandy Baby. And then coming up, we have another tune from the man's Two Below, Slide. That'll be out on April 17th. Actually, I could probably add in one more in here. Let's do that. Why not? Why not? Because I have another tune coming up as well. I just don't have a... Whoa. Big artwork. I just don't have a fan link for this yet. So, but I do have some Speed House coming on April 17th to Speed World Records. Yeah, definitely a big, heavy, speedy tune. I've been playing this one out for a little bit. But yeah, it's very, very, very fun. But I'll probably announce that on Friday, but I just need the fan link. Any hoops. Only show we got on the schedule is our next After Hours. We've switched the runtime from 12 to 5 to now 1 to 5. It is a little bit confusing because we start the parties on technically the Saturday night going into the Sunday night. So basically it's still that same way, you know, April 18th, which is Saturday, but it would be 1 a.m. Sunday, I guess, technically. So yeah, it can be a little confusing, but yeah, that's what's going on. Doing another After Hours. This one's full of birthdays. We got all these guys with birthdays this month. Curse of Tongues, Choli, Broshi, and Fox all have birthdays. And I'm just there to close out the night. Gonna be a good one. And then lastly, our sponsor, Eargasm Earplugs. If you guys need earplugs for shows, definitely go cop some. Eargasm.com, use code Phantom10. Excuse me. All right. Let's get started. Yeah, for a lot of you guys that have been here, you guys know the deal. I take these tracks first come, first serve on the Google form, which is where you guys submit your tunes. This guy over here, I got a couple more I got to add in right now, which I'll do. And I will read the queue in a second as well. Yeah, you must be in the chat to get your song reviewed. If you're not here, I'll just move you to the back of the line and add you in later if you happen to come through. Because we want to move through these quickly. If for any reason you guys need to skip the line, you guys are welcome to. Just use your channel points or send money to the bottom left there. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. The method is entirely up to you, and the amount is entirely up to you. People usually send like $5 to $10. You don't have to send a fortune in, but yeah, that's how you can skip the line. And yeah, I think that's everything. Okay, let me get going here. Oh, looks like Leonard Ellis is using a skip, so he's going to be first. So this is the lineup here. We got Leonard Ellis first, then Stratos, then Mondo, Crossfades, Snake Eater, Dare 80, and Dutch Dennis, Danny T, Smoozo, RP Nutcase, Quivero, and whoever submitted last. You guys don't have it. There's no name on this one. Oh, Quivero, you sent 2 in. So which one would you prefer? Unts or Hypnotize? That's up to you. Just let me know in the chat which one. Any hoops. Starting with Leonard Ellis. Let's do it. Nice one. Yeah, love the groove here. The mid bass, the bass line is super dope. Really loving that sound design there. Yeah, lots of really cool ear candy stuff going on too. Definitely feels like a Leonard Ellis tune for sure. The drums are pretty typical, but that's good. Having like a recognizable kind of sound is very good. Having like a signature, so to speak. Very nice drums, nice kick, nice groove on the bass line. Both on the sub as well as on that top mid bass you got going on there. What else we got here? Very nice build up. I love the tension that's going on here in both build ups, both first and second. Very nice tension and energy there. Really love the mid bass and processing on the drop. Very cool processing on it as well. I love the vocal in the drop section, but I think it needs to be introduced sooner. Even in kind of like a smaller capacity, I think having the vocal just in the drop makes it a little underutilized. I think you can kind of tease it in the break sections a little bit more before it gets into the drop. Nice variations in ear candy in the drop section. Definitely kept it interesting, which is nice. Very solid arrangement here. Didn't feel like it got loopy or repetitive, which is nice. I put here, I would probably use a filter on the mid bass, primarily in the second break here. But I probably would use a little filter automation throughout the entire track on that main lead, that main mid bass lead, just so we can get a little bit of variation on it. I do like the sound, but I think adding in a little bit of filter automation will be fun. But especially, I think especially it needs to be filtered in this section. Yeah, because in that break, it's like basically like full force in front of your face. And I think adding in a filter will kind of make it kind of sit in the back a little bit more. So you can kind of just like sit on the energy of it and then bring it full force in the drop section. So like in the breakdowns, kind of filter it, make it a little bit more subdued, and then once it comes into the drop, just bring it out full force. Yeah, just playing around with the energy and stuff. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Oh, I put here, you could either filter that main lead or you could just remove it entirely, because you kind of did that in the first break where you didn't have the lead there. You kind of brought the lead in on the drop actually. So you could either remove that lead entirely or you can do some more filtering. And then yeah, again, start introducing the vocal a little bit sooner. Before we get into the drop here, and I think he did a good job on the second drop as well. Overall, very solid tune. Very nice groove, very nice sound selection, sound design. It's really just minor things. Just bring in the vocal a little bit sooner, and then probably add in a little bit of filter automation on your main lead. But yeah, overall sick tune. Good job, Leonard Ellis. Hell yeah. All right. Keep moving forward here. We got Quivero with the skip. You still hear Quivero? Okay, sick track. Yeah, you're here. Question, did I send you the Free Your Mind one? Free Your Mind. It's very possible. I mean, to the live stream, it's very possible. I mean, I don't remember every single track that gets sent to me, so you'll have to pardon me. I listen to a lot of tracks from you guys. A lot of tracks. So many tracks. All right. Let's dive into Quivero's tune. After that, Stratos and Mondo. So stick around.
You Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 porque solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 punch. Yo solo escucho punch, 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 punch. 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 Solo escucho.
Nice. Very, very solid groove, sound selection, sound design here. Really digging the vibes. Yeah, very sick vocals. I like the intro. You could always add on a little bit of a DJ mix in for this, like maybe even just like 8 bars. Yes, all genres are accepted. Yeah, just like a little mix in, maybe like 8 bars of a, just kick, drums, sub kind of thing. Very nice intro though. Very nice filtering and gain automation. Really digging that. Very solid energy in the build up. Very nice tension. The drop is very dope. I really dig the drop. Really nice groove on the drop as well. Very cool call response thing I got going on. Bam, 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 bam. Bunch, 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 bunch. I like the variations in the sound design too. So like each 8-bar section was a little bit different from the last one. So that gives it a nice bit of just like change and doesn't feel so repetitive, which is nice. I put here the first drop could probably be a bit longer. It feels very short. It's only 16 bars. I probably would have added in at the very minimum another 8-bar section. Even if it's just like a transitional section, 8 bars going into the breakdown. And I probably would have shortened down the breakdown too, because that breakdown is pretty long there, especially compared to the drop. You know what I mean? You could probably extend that drop out and then even shorten it. So basically it'll be the same length track. extend the first drop, shorten the breakdown. I think that'll be good. I think you could probably put some delays on the vocal in the second breakdown. That would be pretty cool. I think adding in some nice. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Jinzo, I will read out the queue after I'm done with this feedback real quick. Just give me a second. What else do I got here? Okay, he did another skip, so we get another skip. Back to my notes here. Yeah, I think you could add a little bit more processing to that vocal in the second breakdown. Maybe some little delays and stuff to kind of fill up the space a little bit more. Nice build up on the second build up, and then going into the second drop. I think second drop is very nice. Just honestly, just some minor tweaks, I think. But this is already a pretty dope tune. So it doesn't need a whole lot. I don't think it needs a whole lot. Okay. Good job, Covero. He sent in money for a skip, so we're going into track number 2 from Covero. Hypnotize. After that, Stratos, Mondo, Crossfades, Snake Eater, Dare 80, Danny T, Smoozo, RP Nutcase, Benjamin Button. Let me add in these other ones I just received. No Face Busy. Space B. Got a long queue right now. So let's try to keep this moving forward quickly. And Jinzo. All right. Hypnotize it is. You guys know where you're at in the queue. Let's go.
The rhythm got you hypnotized. The world around you fantasized. The rhythm got you hypnotized. The world around you fantasized. The rhythm got you hypnotized. The world around you fantasized. The rhythm got you hypnotized. The world around you fantasized. The rhythm got you hypnotized. 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 The world around you fantasized.
All right. Yeah, just a whip so far. Yeah, not bad by any means. Yeah, very short. Not much to say. Vocal definitely works. Very, very simple groove. Very nice kick. I'm not a huge fan of the snare. I would probably swap out the snare for something a little bit more punchy, powerful. This one feels a little bit too spread. And then one other thing I was going to mention, I think you could push the tempo on this. And maybe that's just my own personal taste because I like speedier tunes. I tend to write like fucking upwards of 135 to 140. But yeah, this regardless, I mean, this still feels a little bit like it's dragging. I would probably bump it up another 2 dB personally. Right now it's boom. Yeah, I think it could speed up a little bit more. That would be nice. That would be lovely. But yeah, I think it's heading in a good direction. My only piece of real feedback here, besides the snare and speeding it up, is just, you know, keep developing this out further. Definitely add in some more ear candy and variations in the drop. But But yeah, you're already heading in a good direction, so just keep going that way. All right, let's keep moving forward here. Do we got Stratos in the chat? All right, Stratos is here. Let's do it. Nice, very nice. Loving Loving the sound selection. Drums are fantastic. The groove is lovely. That sub is really nice. Really cool ear candy, kind of like wonky, random kind of noises, but they're very unique, very fun. It does feel a bit spooky, ominous in a way, which is cool. And that vocal's fucking dope. Even though it's a very simple, very simple vocal, but it works really well. I think it drives the track very nicely. Very nice. Very nice drums and ear candy. Very nice sub and groove. I put this note in here before I heard the second drop section. I put here, it needs a stronger melodic lead idea. And that was just after hearing this first section. The reality is once that vocal came in, it really just started driving things. So I think that's part of the issue here with this first kind of drop section, is that it doesn't have anything to kind of drive it. So what I would probably suggest is basically just start bringing in the vocal in on that first drop. So we have a little something there to keep it moving forward. Because the reality is when I was listening to this beginning part of the track all felt like introduction. Not bad by any means. I mean, it sounded like a really sick introduction, but it just felt like a very long intro. Very long intro going into like just one singular drop. Whereas I think you probably meant to have two drops here. So I think having the vocal in this first drop section is going to basically solve that problem. Additionally, I would suggest a little build up here just to suggest or just to signal to the listener that we're going into a drop section, because it felt like you had a little intro going, kind of like a mix-in intro going into an even longer intro. So yeah, I think putting the vocal in here and then a little bit of a build up to kind of get us into this drop section would be fantastic. I think that'll solve the problem pretty much immediately. Really nice breakdown here. I think he did a good job with this breakdown and then building things back up. Very nice energy, tension here going on. Second drop is fantastic. And I put here, second drop definitely has a lot more going on, which is fantastic. That's literally word for word what I wrote here. And I think it's really the vocal that sets things off. So yeah, again, bringing the vocal and that first drop will kind of bring the momentum up and bring that energy up. Other than that, everything here sounds fantastic. Very awesome ear candy, very awesome sound design. Love the drum selection. Overall arrangement solid. Yeah, just bring the vocal in sooner, add a little bit of a build up on that first drop, and you're right as rain. Hell yeah, good job, Stratos. Very sick tune. All right, Mondo, preach. Let's do it. Do it.
I came from the cracks, where the light never reached, where the walls have mouths, and the floors would preach. 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 Where the floors would preach. 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 Everywhere I lace, time stitched in this haunted place. Echoes crawl where the silence grows, and the floors speak. They preach it all. Preach. Where the walls have mouths and the floors preach. Preach. Whispers in the smoke, everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. 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 Where the walls have mouths and the floors would preach. Preach. Where the floors would preach. I came from the cracks where the light never reached. Preach. Where the floors would preach.
Nice. Spooky, ominous. Quivero with another one. Okay. All right, we'll put that one next. Never had anybody send a bunch of skips like this before. 3 tracks in one stream. Any hoops. Mondo. Yeah, very spooky, very ominous. Feels like I'm in a very dark, dank warehouse. For sure. Very fat kick, for sure. Cool bassline groove, very nice clap, definitely cuts through the mix. Nice ear candy and reverb. The vocal is dope, but it's a bit loud. In comparison to the other elements in the mix, it's like way up here. All the other stuff is kind of like down here. So I think the vocal kind of needs to come down. The kick, I think everything could kind of sit around the kick. So vocal can come down, sub needs to come up. Clap is okay. I don't think the clap needs to change. But yeah, primarily it's just a mixing thing. That's going on here. Kick is fine, clap is fine, sub up, vocal down. Is pretty much what I'm getting here. I also put here, I think Quivero also mentioned it. It feels like the vocal is also being gated or sidechained. It's much more noticeable in the breakdown sections. But you can hear like it'll cut off. I don't think it's a big issue in the drop sections. I didn't really notice gate or sidechain in the drop sections, but it's very noticeable in the break sections.
I came from the cracks where the light never reached, where the walls have mouths and the floors would preach. Preach.
Yeah, you can hear that her voice is getting just like chopped, so like being slammed down. So yeah, just something to work on there. Drop. Oh yeah, put here. Drop could use a heavier sub. And solid arrangement overall. Yeah, primarily what I'm getting here is mostly just mixing stuff. Vocal level could come down, remove the side chain, and the sub needs to come up in the drop sections. Yeah. Hell yeah. Good job, Mondo. Preach. Preach, brother, preach. All right, Quivero, tune number 3 tonight. Free Your Mind. After that, Crossfade, Snake Eater, Dare 80, Danny T, Smoozo, RP Nutcase, Benjamin Button, No Face Busy, Space B, Jinzo, Zay Bentega. Sorry, excuse me. All right, let's do it. Nice. Very nice one. Yeah, very solid tech house tune here. Love the groove. Very solid drums. Really dig the vocal here. Let's go to my notes. Very nice sub. Solid groove. Very nice energy and tension in the build. Solid drop. Love the low end. Cool sound design. Yeah, very interesting sound design overall. Yeah. Nice variations and layers. I love the second arpeggio lead that comes in the second break. And then you add like a nice little respace underneath it, which is lovely.
Your mind free.
Very nice. That was pretty much my favorite part of the whole track, honestly. Is that breakdown. And then yeah, good job going into that second build and then into the second drop. You do a little bit of a fake out thing, which is nice. My only piece of feedback is this first drop is a little bit short. I would just tack on another 8 bars just so that we get a little bit more of that vibe, or kind of the listeners kind of just sitting in there a little bit longer. Yeah, typically I would recommend minimum 3 8-bar sections for a normal drop. I tend to do 32. It's kind of just like what I enjoy, but everybody's different. Everybody does their own thing. But yeah, I think at the minimum, I would say 24 bars, 3 8-bar sections, a little quick maths. I think that's kind of the sweet spot. But that's pretty much it. Everything else here sounds fantastic. It sounds basically like it's done. You have you said it's basically mastered here. But that's really the only change I would suggest to this track. Everything else sounds fantastic. Mixdown sounds clean. Master sounds great. Yeah. Good job, Quivero. Hell yeah. All right. Do we have the man's Gus crossfades? Excuse me. Crossfades. Hello. All right. Crossfades turn.
Feel
Nice. Very speedy vibe. I dig it. I dig it. Put here speedy. I like the little cowbell. It's very subtle. You hear it in the intro and outro. The little boom. Yeah, very nice. Very subtle, but I dig it. It works well. Sick throwback vibe is what I put here. A combination of a lot of the sound design you picked, these little stabs, that vocal definitely feels like a throwback, but it's pretty cool. It feels nostalgic in a way. The vocal is very dry though. I will say the vocal is quite dry. Yeah, definitely needs a little bit more processing on that vocal. Perhaps some chorus, perhaps definitely some reverb, but perhaps some chorus as well. Maybe even some doubling, dare I say. The lead is sick though. I really dig the lead. Again, it feels very nostalgic. Talking about the lead in the drop section. Very cool melody as well, but that sound is also very much quite dry. Definitely could use more processing in there. You got some nice filter automation on the drums in the drop section. I put here the second lead is dope, but it's quite loud, so I would pull that down. Show you what I mean. So yeah, just like in comparison, the boop, 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 boop. Actually, that's at a very nice level. But also quite dry. The other more kind of, I would say, I guess it's more of like kind of like a saw or like a horn almost. That one is quite loud, so I think it just needs to be balanced out in comparison to the mix. And again, you get to this tail end of the section where it's just the vocal. The vocal again could use reverb there, maybe even a little bit of filter automation too. But overall, it definitely needs some processing for sure. I think adding in some filter automation would be nice as well. And then I noticed that you didn't have the vocal at all in the second drop. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing at all, but it should probably make an appearance somewhere in the second drop, since it's basically the lead, the hook. It should make some sort of an appearance, even in a kind of more minimal sense, if you wanted to. But yeah, I think overall very solid tune. You have all the parts that you need. I don't think you need to add anything else necessarily. I think now you just need to focus on primarily processing and automation. So you can do some automation. Filtering automation is the easiest one, simplest one. Some reverb automation would be cool too. And even some automation on just like the filter on the actual sounds themselves, so they can kind of get bigger and smaller throughout the track. So they can kind of start a little bit more staccato, whoop, 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 and then open up a little bit more and more and more throughout the track, just to kind of make them feel bigger and bigger and bigger. But yeah, good job. Crossfades, very solid tune here. Really digging the speedy vibes. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Snake Eater, Dare 80, Danny T, Smoozo, RP Nutcase, Benjamin Button, No Face Busy, Space B, Jinzo, and Zay Bentayga. Dude, we got Snake Eater. in the chat. Snake Eater. Oh, we were on a streak. We might have our first no-show. Snake Eater going once. Or I guess We Are Type R is the actual artist name. We Are Type R. Type R going twice. Type R is not here. Okay. Young Dare 80, Young JJ in the house. Let's do it. Nice one, bruv. I sampled the crowd noise at Dutch's birthday dinner last year. That's sick. No, I think the crowd noise works really well here too. It feels very genuine. Feels like it's like I actually at like a party. And it's funny that it's at Benihana's too. All right. Let me go to my notes here. Thick kick, a really nice kick actually. Really punchy, cuts through the mix, very nice. Nice hats and snare. Really nice filtering. The filtering is used very tastefully, mostly for like little fills and stuff, which is really cool. I love the Reese. I'm a big fan of Reese basses, so when it came in, I was like, hell yeah. Very nice energy in the build, tension. Um, Very sick drop. Very simple yet effective. I think using the Reese as like your main lead is very nice. And there's enough like movement on it so it doesn't get too kind of flat or stale. There's enough movement on that Reese baseline, so it jumps around a little bit, which is nice. Very sick fills. I love that the little M1 organ that comes in. Do 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 do. My only piece of feedback that I have on this track is that the little M1 organ is probably a little too present in the mix. I think you can kind of you can process it in such a way that it's a little bit more subtle. Because right now it kind of feels like it's like very in your face with that M1 organ. It might just be a matter of shaving off some of the top end to kind of dull it out a little bit. I don't think it needs to be kind of just completely, taken out or anything. It might just be a matter of just kind of bringing it down in the mix ever so slightly, and then maybe just putting in a little bit of a shelf on the top end. Just so it's not so much in your face and it feels more like cohesive in the mix. Yeah, or you could throw some reverb. Yeah, actually that would work too. If you put some reverb, it would kind of push it in the back a little bit more. So yeah, and again, achieving the same thing, making it a little bit more subtle. But I do like the sound. I do definitely like it, and I think it fits very well. Love the string and the break beats that come in on that second breakdown. Very nice build up, nice fake out. I like all the ear candies and the layers. Overall, very solid sound selection and very solid arrangement. I got nothing bad to say about this tune. Yeah, really, the M1 organ is the only thing, and it's really just a minor mixing thing that you could do, and it'll basically fix it, I think. Yeah, and then it'll be right as rain. Hell yeah. Good job, Dare 80, Young Dutch Dennis. Hell yeah. Boop 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 boop. Bet. All right. Do we got Danny T in the chat? Dude, yeah, you should. Garrett Sherrod is definitely looking for more music right now. Do we got Danny T? Danny T in the chat. Danny T going once. Danny T going twice. Okay, no Danny T. We got Smoozo. All right. I'm going to dive into your tune right now, but let me go pee real quick, and then we'll jump in here. All right, BRB. Do, 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 do. All right. Smooth out. Let's do it. Nice, dude. What a fucking, what a fucking banging tune. Very loud, but not like in a bad way. It didn't sound like it was like being squished or overly compressed. It just sounded fucking loud, and it sounded great. Do 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 do. Yeah, super sick tune. Love the intro. Very big sounds to start with, even though it was very kind of like a very subtle intro to begin with. There was a lot of like just like I felt like there was a lot of like cool ambiance going on. But again, like you slammed the master, but it didn't sound like it was like crunchy or distorted or anything like that. Very nice drums, very nice energy in the build. The vocal is fucking sick. I love that vocal. Whisper in my ear. And it's processed very nicely, so it definitely feels like it's being whispered into you. But it's still loud enough where it feels like it's just like right there. Very nice processing on that. Love the drop. The drop is sick. Really great sound design going on here. Love the swing and the low end. Very nice variations and change ups. The arrangement is very solid. I like the second breakdown. Very nice change up on the second drop. So it definitely feels different from the first one. Feels like it's more energetic than the first one, which is nice. And then we go into this like random kind of techno kind of section where it's basically just like that big, huge fucking kick and then the vocal. It was a surprise, but it fucking works. I was not expecting it at all, which is sick. I really, really love that. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about this track. I think it's fantastic. You should definitely send this out, either for self-release or send this out to labels if you haven't yet. I think this is a banging tune. Good job, Smizzo. Nothing but good things to say about this one. All right. You wanted me to read out the queue. Right now we have 6 tracks. Yeah. RP Nutcase, Benjamin Button, No Face Busy, Space B, Jinzo, and Zay Bentayga. These other 2 guys didn't show up yet. Type R and Danny T. And let me see if we got any other submissions. We got 2 more. Okay. We got one from Zai Nilo. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Oh, you're the Zay one? Oh, okay. So you were that guy. Okay. You're in queue. Don't you worry about it. And then we got one from artist name Heirlooms. All right. RP Nutcase. Is RP Nutcase here? Yeah, and granted, this might go quick because sometimes people don't show up. So RP Nutcase is here. After that is Benjamin Button, and then No Face Busy. Nice. Some more dubstep, some more bass music. Really dig the intro melody. Super cool. Very nice groove. Very punchy kick. Really sick break beats. Love the sub. Very nice snare. Overall, very nice drop. I will say though that the first drop felt a little bit empty to me. I think he did a good job with like the sub and the groove and the low end, but as far as the top end goes, it felt like it was a little bit empty to me. And I think primarily the only reason why is because it was missing a strong vocal hook. And then when I heard the vocal come in on that second break, I was like, that's what was missing. Basically, I think all you need to do is just pull in that vocal, introduce it sooner, so that it kind of makes more of an appearance in that first drop and kind of helps drive it a little bit more. But I do like that vocal. I think it works really well here. Overall, very solid arrangement. Really easy to follow along. I put here, mix down wise, you have a little bit of a snare rise here on the second build-up. The snare gets a little bit loud, especially in comparison to the rest of the mix. So I would probably just bring that down a smidge, maybe about 1.5 to 2 dBs. Same with the drum fill here. You have this like nice drum fill in the drop section, but it is a bit loud. Overall, I do like the change up in the sound design on the second drop. I think that's very well done. And I also think that the vocal should probably make it should make an appearance earlier in the second drop as well. But overall, very solid tune. Really nice low end. Really nice drums. Yeah. Very sick job. Very sick tune here. RP Nutcase. Yeah, Space B, you're number 3 in the queue. So if you want to skip, you can either use your channel points or you can send money to Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. But you're coming up very soon. Just number 3 here. We got Benjamin Button, No Face Busy, Space B, Jinzo, Zay Bentenga, Zai Nilo, and Heirlooms. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. ¿Qué tengo para decir si mis palabras son vacías? Una eternidad buscando algo que resultó que tenía. Vamos al centro a las 10, recorramos algo, recordemos también cómo eran los días de ayer, sí, cómo eran los días de ayer. Y no hablo de hace mucho, hablo de hace algunos años, pero todo cambió de repente en muy poco tiempo. Me fui, volví y en el medio me perdí. Me cuesta ver futuro, pienso en anterior. Ya no me importa lo serio, pienso en diversión. Creía que cada cosa tenía una explicación. Realmente me ilusioné en ese momento. Mis adicciones fueron en crecimiento. Después de eso hasta mi familia tuvo miedo. Yo solo quería escuchar música en mi habitación. Me perdí dentro de mí, me perdí en un gran vacío. ¿Qué me salvará si no me salvo yo? Hay cosas que realmente no entiendo. Hay cosas de las cuales prefiero no hablar. Vi todo, pero nada me hizo llorar. ¿Qué me salvará si no me salvo yo? Hay cosas que realmente no entiendo. Hay cosas de las cuales prefiero no hablar. Vi todo, sí, pero nada me hizo llorar. Joven Z, de Bolívar, en la Z.
Sick. I honestly love this fucking beat, man. It's got like a nice like jazzy kind of funk soul vibe to it. I really dig your vocals on top too. I think it works really well. I honestly wish I spoke Spanish better. But yeah, overall very sick vibe. Very sick beat, very nice flow. The vocal flow does fall a bit off rhythm, off timing at some points. So I think really, since you've already kind of done the recording of the vocals, you can still fix it in post. It would require a little bit of warping just so that I can kind of get it into time. I think for the most part, I would say like 80% of the time, you're like, bam, like right on time. But there are little spots where it kind of feels like it's running off the tempo. So it just needs to be adjusted ever so slightly, a little bit forward, sometimes a little bit back other times. Yeah. And then I put here, as far as mix wise on the vocal, there's a little bit too much low end on the vocal, so you could probably EQ some of that out. And then another thing I would probably do is a dynamic EQ. If you can kind of get the vocal to kind of, or track spacer, use a track spacer or use a Pro Q3 dynamic EQ. There's a bunch of different plugins that'll basically accomplish the same thing. But essentially what I'm getting at is what you need to do is get your vocal to kind of cut through the mix a little bit more. Because a lot of what's going on here is there's a lot of mid-low from the beat, coming from like the background vocals, the snare, some of the other instrumentation and stuff. So the vocal is kind of fighting for that same amount of space. So if you have like a dynamic EQ, you can kind of get that vocal to kind of cut through, and it'll kind of duck some of the other elements. So the vocal can kind of stand out a little bit more. I might also add in a smidge of reverb on the vocal, just so it kind of fits on this, because this beat feels very, it feels very warm. It kind of has like this warm tonality to it, which is kind of what you hear from a lot of older music, because most of that stuff was on analog gear. So you kind of have like this kind of more warmth from that analog gear. So if you can kind of find a more comparable reverb to kind of fit the vocal, and then that'll kind of match it up with the beat. I don't think the vocal is too far off, to be honest. I think it just requires some little bit of adjustments, and it'll help stand out a little bit more on top of that beat. But overall, I think the vocal is really well done. I think the songwriting is really fantastic. Yeah, good job, Benjamin Button. Hell yeah, sick vibe. All right, No Face Busy, you still here? No Face Busy. Yeah, no problem, man. No Face Busy. Yo, okay. No Face Busy, then space B, Jinzo, Zayn Mentenga, Zainilo, Heirlooms. Let's do it.
I got bags, run them up. These popping tags, I got honey. Bitch, I came from rags, I had nothing. You a groupie, bitch, you ain't nothing. I been taking drugs just for fun. Bitch, I got bags, run them up. These popping tags, I got honey. Bitch, I came from rags, I had nothing. You a groupie, bitch, you ain't nothing. I been taking drugs just for fun. Please back up from my section. green tip, bitch, when I step. Black on my hip, what I rap. Bitch, I got bags, run them up. Bitch, popping tags, I got hundreds. Bitch, I came from rags, I had nothing. You a groupie, bitch, you ain't nothing. I've been taking drugs just for fun.
I really like the rhythm, the beat. Very nice 808s. Very nice hats and snare. I really like the vocal and the vocal processing. I think my only piece of feedback is that the vocal is basically just a hook. It would have been cool to kind of have a verse in here. So we're getting a little bit more of a story to this track. I was obviously very short. So it definitely feels like it needs to be developed out a little bit further. But it feels like you have all the elements that you need, and it's also mixed very cleanly. So I don't think there's any, from the production side, I don't see any issue. But primarily from like a songwriting standpoint, we kind of need a little bit more from that vocal, because the vocal is basically just kind of like a repeated hook throughout the entire track. And it's not a bad hook. I have nothing against a hook. But I would have liked to have heard more of a verse. So we're kind of getting a little bit of a story coming from this vocal. But yeah, overall dope vibe. I got nothing bad to say about this tune. Good job, No Face Busy. All right, Space B. In the chat, Space B in the chat. Space B, Jinzo, Zabantanga, Zainilo, Heirlooms, King Hong. Space B is here. All right, let's dive in. God, I love that fucking pad, man. It's very it's very bright, very airy, very ethereal. And I think adding in the Reese underneath it is a really nice combo too. Yeah, cool stuff going on here. Loving the pad in the intro and the breakdown sections. Very fat kick and snare. Excuse me. Very nice sound design. Especially in the drop sections, and I love that there's a lot of variations too. So throughout the entire track, it definitely, even though it's like a very similar melody, it feels like it's consistently evolving throughout the entire track. Very nice variations. Overall, very solid arrangement. Nice fake out on the second drop. Heirloom says, not a fan of the clap in the intro. The reality is it's basically the same clap throughout the entire track. I can see why Heirlooms might not like the clap in the intro. I think it's good that you keep a consistent clap. What I would probably the only thing that I would do is I think in the break sections, intro sections, you could play around with just shortening the length of the clap. So it's not, because I know in the drop section it works fantastically because it cuts through the mix. You get that long tail, so it's like, and there's enough space there, so it can definitely manage that. But I think, in the intro breakdown sections, you can kind of shorten it and tighten up the clap a little bit more, and that might be the thing, because I think once the clap kind of goes full force in the drops, it's gonna have even more impact. So like you kind of tighten it up in the intro and the build sections, and then like in the drop you go full force. Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? But overall, this fucking goes hard. I think you did a great job on the sound design, sound selection. You have a vocal in there, very subtle, but you got a nice little pre-drop vocal in there. I probably would have, probably the only other thing I would say is maybe some like random like little ear candy stuff. I know a lot of dubstep artists use like little random like vocal fills, like little ear candy stuff, little nuggets, so to speak. My beanie with the little yeah, I think probably the only other thing I would say is just little ear candy stuff. But the reality is this is a banging tune already. Mix wise, master wise, sound design wise, I think you got a really good thing going on here. So yeah, good job, Space B. Hell yeah, brother. All right, Jinzo, Zabentenga, Zin Nilo, Heirlooms, and then King Hong. I think that's where I'm closing it. After King Hong, yeah, I think that's good. So I can do a little bit of production myself. All right, so that means we got 5 people left in the stream. Yeah, you're all good. If you want to re-upload it, just replace the current. Just replace the current. Why am I blanking? Just replace the current file with a new file. That's all you got to do. Just so that you don't have to resubmit a new link. Yeah. All right, Jinzo, let's do it.
My hands are bloody, covered in the one that called you mom. My vision's muddy, I can't feel a thing, I'm out my mind. Baby, I'm crazy, I'm obsessed with you. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's all for you. I follow you from a distance, I cherish your love from afar. That man you were with ended missing, I pierced my blade through his heart. I need you to want me the way I need you to want me. I'm so damn obsessive, I'm so out of line, so protective. Girl, it's mine, if you give me the word, then baby I'd kill for you. With your name on it, with your past love stain on it. Only I can be your love, I won't let you take a break from it. Baby, I won't let anyone get between us. Baby, I won't let anyone get in close enough. Place this game, I'd do anything to say you're my girl. Every bone send him to the grave. If they get too close, I'm finna out there arguing. Leave your bodies on the pavement. Out there arguing, won't let you find a new replacement. Do I stalk your socials? I do. When I stalk your socials, you're so pretty, even from online. You walk the city, I'll be right behind. Watching, keeping you safe. Stalking, let's call it a day. Walking, your guardian angel is haunting. I wish I was able to watch over your shoulder like it. That's your venom. Your venomous love is infecting my brain. I won't suck it out till it drives me insane. If I read it out, girl, it'd be such a I cannot lie, girl, I'm done in the taste of your venom. You're so fibrous for your venom. Girl, I die first. You make the world spin so slow. Hold me close, girl, don't let go. If I can't have you, darling, nobody will. When they approach you, I'm ready to kill. Blood on my hands from the corpses I've spent. I start to fear that this life isn't real.
Nice. Yeah, fantastic. Pretty much just like the last time you sent me something. Love the guitar, very nice instrumentation. Overall, very, very great songwriting and lyrics as well. Yeah, just everything is put together very, very well, from guitars to drums to the vocals. Very easy, kind of flowing throughout the entire track. So it definitely feels like it tells a story and all that. Super solid transitions. And really my only piece of feedback is just mixing wise. The only thing that I would say probably just needs a little bit of touching up is the yelled vocals. When you're kind of doing like the screaming, they feel like they need a little bit more presence. Really, they kind of just need to kind of come up a little bit more in the mix. Obviously, like when you're just, it's different, you know, mixing wise, because it's just dynamics essentially. When you're yelling as opposed to like when you're just like singing directly into the mic, there's a difference in delivery and obviously a difference in space to the microphone. So you kind of have to compensate for that space and the dynamic difference between the two, just regular sung as opposed to like yelling or screaming. So this kind of yelled vocals kind of need to come up a little bit more in the mix. I think the actual sung vocals are at a perfect level. Overall, the mix is very clean as well. And the other part I would say is that I definitely need to hear more low end. I think the kick sounds pretty fantastic, but it doesn't feel like we're getting enough bass, enough sub to kind of be the bedrock, the foundation of the track. So yeah, it feels like it needs a little bit more oomph on that low end. That's really the only thing I'm getting out of this. Everything else sounds fantastic. Oh yeah, one other thing I was going to mention. I think on your chorus, it would be nice if on your chorus, if you did a little bit of a doubled vocal. So it's a very common trick in like rock and pop, to kind of double the vocal on the chorus. So it kind of adds more emphasis. You get a dual layer. You get the more mono kind of front vocal, and then you have like kind of like a secondary doubled layer underneath it. So it kind of gives the vocal a little bit more. It feels like it's more open, more spacious. I think that would be nice on just the choruses. I think you only need a doubler on the choruses. Yeah. Good job, Jinzo. Fantastic tune here. All right. Zay Bentega. Is Zay Bentega in the chat? You are here. Okay. Zay Bentega, Zion Nilo, Heirlooms, and then King Hong. And then that's it for the night. Yeah, I just refreshed it. Bing bong. Okay, let's do it.
Soon as the image your face, oh yeah. All that bad best on her face, oh yeah. For the but lace for ya. Sorry, I cannot change for ya. She's too stuck in her ways, oh yeah. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. They say I can't persuade her. I say she want it now or later. Get in that pussy annihilated. That shit went like the night. And the way that the crossing my songs, you would think that the crowd made it. You would think that the crowd made it. But she's swinging again, that she got me faded. She got me faded. I seen her to a cowgirl, I got her riding. She ride me. I just be stacking this money, this shit gon' keep piling. Man, this shit gon' keep piling. I just be standing on haters, be standing on bitches like every day I just be styling. And yes, I put that shit on, yeah, I put that shit on like every day I just be styling. Every time that I hop on the beat, you know I kill him. I should've pop better, he killin'. I don't give a fuck about these rappers, we catch 'em, we kill 'em. We pop out the hop, yeah, we kill 'em. I go deep on pussy, oh yeah, I'ma drill it, I drill it, I drill it. Let's go. Know how I get it, checking, you know that I spin it, I'm spinning the spinach. I buy the X with me, hide on the ceiling, I stay my money to the ceiling. He just in the game, I shoot him, I kill him, we sending them high like a ceiling. When I'm in it, I got a hoe screaming my name, like I got a moan in the squilling. I've been taking these drugs, I go on insane, I swear I'm in love with the feeling. So this day, image your face, oh yeah. All that bad best on her face, oh yeah. For the but lace for ya. Sorry, I cannot change for ya. She's too stuck in her ways, oh yeah. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. Asked around about you. Say ain't know ya. That boy is a poser, and they still gonna host her. Baby, I cannot post ya. Baby, I cannot post ya. Unless I really know ya. I live in if I know ya. I get the rest, I can show ya. Walk in the mind, I fuck it up. Walk in the mind, I fuck it up. Walk in the mind, I fuck it up. I pop and touch it like pussy. Bought like a veteran, but I'm a rookie. Yeah, she pull she me like cookies. Yeah, that's my twin, we like Nia and Book. Soon as they image your face, oh yeah. All that bad best on her face, oh yeah. For the but lace for ya. Sorry, I cannot change for ya. She's too stuck in her ways, oh yeah. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. She's too stuck up, I can't change her. Wait, hold on. Shout out baby phone. Shout out King. Shout out Demi. Wait, shout out Mateus Toe. Shout out Seppi too. Wait.
Nice. Yeah, really dope beat. I love the swing and the groove on this beat overall. The low end is fantastic. I really like the drum selection. Let me see my notes here. Love the intro melody. The melody is fantastic. Let me just hear it one more time. Love it. Love it. Very nice vocal and backing vocals. There is a lot of reverb delay going on, but I think it works. Kind of feels like everything's kind of swirling in on itself, which is a very interesting effect to have on the vocals. Because you have both the main vocal and then you have like your obviously your kind of more ad libs stuff in the background. I think they're also mixed pretty well because the main vocal feels like it's a lot more front center. The ad libs feel like they're kind of like sitting in the back, which is nice. And then you definitely add in a doubler on your hook, your kind of hooky portion of the track, hook, chorus, whatever you want to call it. I really like the melody on the hook too. It's very catchy, so I think you did a good job on that. My only piece of feedback is that the vocal needs a touch of cleaning up. It could probably use a de-esser to kind of get some of that vocal sizzle on the S's. And then there's like little clicks, little pops and clicks in the vocal, which kind of usually comes from plosives, P's and B's, p, b. And that's kind of stuff that you have to do anyways when you're recording live vocals. It's gonna happen naturally, even with a really experienced recording vocalist. You're still gonna kind of get some of those plosives and sizzles. But yeah, I mean, really, it's all stuff you're gonna you're gonna have to get in the weeds and kind of look at the waveform and just like remove some of those little artifacts. But that's really all I'm hearing in this. I think from a mixing standpoint, it sounds fantastic. Lyrics and songwriting is also fantastic. And I like a lot of the processing. I think it's very, very well done. But yeah, just little cleanup on the vocals, and I think it'll be even better. Actually, Sunny Luca, I've closed submissions for tonight. I'm actually doing the last 3 tracks. So unfortunately, you can't submit, but I will be back next Monday if you would like to share some music next week. You can join the Discord if you would like to stay informed. Zai Nilo, are you in the chat? The reality is I've never had to turn somebody's track off. I've never turned off someone's track. Even if it's like quote unquote bad, I still listen to the whole thing. And I still give feedback. I'm not here to bash anybody's music. I don't think I've ever bashed anybody's music on live stream. Z Nilo. Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically the goal here is to help people get better. So I mean, I don't see any point to, bashing people's music, even if it's quote unquote bad, because the reality is good and bad. It's all subjective anyways. Yeah. Zia Nilo. Let's do it.
Everybody want that cash. What they want, everybody moving fast. What they want, everybody quick to clash. What they want, everybody want that bag. What they want, everybody want a name. What they want, everybody playing games. What they want, everybody want the fame. What they want, but they moving all the same. Yeah, now I'm sliding through the track. Wait, pause, now I'm sliding through the back. Wait, pause, now I'm bringing it all back. Wait, pause, now I'm moving way too fast. Wait, pause, now I'm stepping with a plan. Wait, pause, turn a lesson to a stand. Wait, pause, had to grow into a man. Wait, pause, had to learn to understand. Wait, pause. I do. Yeah. I do. Every day when I wake up, focus locked in while I'm building my name. Focus locked in while I'm building my name. Yeah. Every single step got me lifting my game. Yeah. Pow, pow, I'm lifting my game. Yeah. Every single step got me lifting my game. Yeah. Got every little
Damn, fucking nice. Fucking nasty. Chat says, ew, these keys are nasty. Dope track. Nasty swung bounce. You're 17 from Detroit. Dude, what you're doing right now at 17 is fantastic. I was not even producing at 17. I actually started kind of late. I started like when I was 24, 25. Fuck. I wish I had started sooner, honestly. But you're doing this at 17. I think you're on a fantastic path. Everything here sounds fantastic. Vocals, instrumentation, songwriting. I think you did a really good job. Really nice drum beats, very nice swing. Love the side chaining, the kind of bounce you got going on. Really love the keys melody. The vocals are fantastic. Again, loving the songwriting and the lyric writing. I think it's very well done. Loving the melodic layers, the other kind of layers you got going on in the background. Love the vocal chorus. What did I put here? Okay, there's this one section where you have the main vocal and then you have a secondary vocal. You have the second verse come in. The main vocal is at a really nice volume. It's very front and center, but you have like a second verse. It feels like it's almost kind of dug underneath. I think that second verse needs to come up a little bit more in the mix. Let me see if I can find it just so I can kind of pinpoint it to you.
I do. Every day when I wake up, focus locked in while I'm building my name. Focus locked in while I'm building my name. Yeah. Every single step got me lifting my game. Yeah. Pow, pow.
So you have that verse in there, which is fantastic. I actually love that verse, but it almost feels like the mix is not matched. Your ad libs are actually a little bit louder than your verse, and I feel like almost that should be a little bit switched. So your verse should be a little bit louder, and the ad libs should be at least ever so slightly lower in the mix. I put here the piano is fantastic. I love the piano. Super solid arrangement and flow into the track overall. Okay, let me know when it's done. Let me know when the ad is done. Still in one. Okay. Give you a minute here. Okay, you're out now. Yeah, so the last thing I said was just basically switch up the mixing on the main vocal versus the ad lib on the second verse. Yeah, that means it's a really good hook. When you can have the listener basically repeat it, that's when you know you have a really good hook. The piano is fantastic. I love the piano section. I think it's really well done. Initially, I put here, I think having a vocal in the piano section would be nice, but then that's basically exactly what you did, is you put your vocal hook back into that piano section. So basically, I think what you probably should do is just bring it in a little bit sooner, because you have two full 8-bar sections where it's just piano. I would probably cut that down to maybe just like one 8-bar section where it's just piano, and then start bringing in the vocal. Bring in the vocal on that second 8 bars, and then on the third 8 bars, bring back in the drum beat like you did. And then the only other thing I put here is that the ending of the track feels like it kind of gets a little bit loopy there. So I would potentially consider ending it a little bit shorter. Maybe just chop off like 8 bars or something, or like start filtering out stuff, or do like a really easy thing would be to do kind of like what they did in the 80s, is just like start filtering out, just kind of like a long drag out. But yeah, just something to consider. Oh, but overall, very, very dope tune. Yeah, turn the volume down. It's a very simple thing that they did in the fucking 80s. They did it all the time. It's fucking silly, but it works. It's such a simple thing, but it works. Yeah, but overall, good job. Very great job on the tune. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, you could do like some, what's the word? Kind of like not constructive, or destructive. So like start pulling stuff out slowly. But yeah, overall, very good job. Very good job. All right, Heirlooms and then King Hong, last two tunes of the night. Heirloom. Yeah, feels very cinematic in the intro and the build section. Um, Lots of really big sounds. Overall, really big fan of the sound design here. I don't listen to a whole lot of this stuff myself, but I can definitely appreciate it. I think it's really sick. All right. Love the gated pad and melody in the intro. Really nice drums. Love the ambiance. There's these like other kind of random sounds, birds, rain, that kind of thing going on. That's why I said it kind of feels very cinematic. And you have like these really big kind of drums too. I put here nice strings or bagpipes. I guess it could be either or in this case, but yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Almost like what's like Braveheart, I guess, is the first thing that kind of comes to mind is Braveheart, you know. Kind of want those old kind of stringed instruments. Braveheart or like Game of Thrones or something like that, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Definitely feels cinematic. The drop is fat. Sound design is fucking crazy. Love the low end. Very big. Very nice swing in the drops too. That snare really cracks through the mix, which is very nice. Overall, very solid arrangement and flow. I have nothing but good things to say about this track. I honestly would not change a thing. I don't think you need to change anything about this tune. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. I wish I could give you feedback, but yeah, very well done. Good job. Heirlooms. Sick tune. Well, I think, yeah, you did a good job on the mix. It sounds very clean. All right, King Hong. King Hong in the chat. King Hong is our last person. Our last submission of the night. All right, King Hong. Let's dive into your tune and then we'll call it a night.
Mira cómo vengo yo, con mi ritmo sabroso. Mira cómo vengo yo, con mi ritmo sabroso. Mira cómo vengo yo, con mi ritmo sabroso. Mira cómo vengo yo, con mi ritmo sabroso.
Ay, con mi ritmo sabroso, rico y sabor. Rico, 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 pa' bailar y pa' gozarlo. Sabroso, sabroso, lo traigo yo de verdad. Bailalo, mi ritmo sabroso.
Nice. Dude, what a fucking banger of a tune, man. The sampling is fantastic. I love all the kind of Latin stuff going on here. Was not expecting that, but like once I heard it, it works very well. Vocals, guitars, pianos, all that stuff is fantastic. And then the way you kind of incorporate that into the drop is also very well done too. My notes here, wasn't expecting the Latin vibes, sick guitar and vocals. The low end is fat. I love the groove. I love what you did with the vocal and the drop. You basically just pitched it down and then you add a little stutter as kind of like a call response thing, which is cool. Very solid groove. Love the sound selection, sound design. Love the piano and the room noise in that second breakdown, and both drops are fantastic. My only piece of feedback is the only thing I think I would work on is the transition going from these breakdowns into the drop, because they both feel, for lack of a better word, they feel disjointed, like they're not entirely connected. So we need a little bit more need more tension going into those drops. That's really the only thing I would say that this needs to be worked on. It's just more tension on these build sections. Other than that, the drops are fantastic and the breakdowns are fantastic. You just need to kind of just marry the two. And I think you're all good on this tune. Good job, King Hong. Well done. All right. That was the last one of the night. I'm going to call it quits. Thanks to everybody who joined the stream tonight. Thanks to everybody who submitted tunes. Go join the Discord. If you aren't on there yet, that's when I announce the feedback stream. But I'm here every Monday like clockwork. And go follow myself and my label on all the things. I'll be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time here on Twitch. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys next week.